Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Roberto, and this is the DKN Show, coming live and direct from Kansas City, Missouri, my hometown. And we're going to talk about stuff that has been on my head since Monday. So, I heard the weather here in Kansas City is supposed to get pretty bad tomorrow. I hope you all got your bundles and stuff ready to go. I certainly do have, and I have my heat on, and if I had those two, then I'm good. But that's not why I'm on here tonight. I am on here because I like to talk about sperm donors. Now, it sounds disgusting, it sounds demeaning, and it sounds so disrespectful that it is. And sperm donors, I mean fathers, and how some of these sperm donors have been betrayed. Now, I have my daughter. She's 12 years old. Won't say her name, but she's 12. Beautiful girl. And I haven't seen her in about 2 months. Reason being is because I have decided to take a step back and let her mom raise her the way she wants to raise her. Now, I can be like a bitter father, and I can get on here and talk about her like a dog, but I'm not going to do that. Because unlike the mother, I was taught a long time ago that to respect women. And I do respect women. I've been around women all my life. My family is full of them. So I have more women friends than I do male friends, and so on and so on. So this whole sperm donor thing is something that women came up with when the father doesn't want to be around the kid they had together, or kids, plural, and they try to, just don't want to do anything with the child. I don't know where I land in that situation. I mean, I do love my daughter. She's a beautiful girl. Love her to death. And it's kind of a gray area, so to speak. But there are guys out there, and there are fathers out there that rather put rims on their beat up old 72 Pontiac, whatever, than give money to their baby mamas, which is also ghetto as hell, so I won't say that very much. But it's a very, very, crazy thing. I remember when I was coming up when I was a kid, and if a teenager got pregnant, then the girl would look frowned upon. She would be called all kinds of names like hooker or whore or stuff like that. And sometimes a girl end up either putting the baby up for adoption or just not having it all together, aka abortion. But since the good old United States of America has banned abortion after a certain weeks of the baby's life, and it's very hard to do it now, yeah, that's it becomes more complicated. So, but now it's the woman has the baby, or the babies, and they automatically become single mothers. Some by accident, and then some by choice. Depends on who you ask and who you talk to. Now, there's a lot of songs out there about independent women and them getting themselves and doing stuff and everything, and there are a lot of them out there. They're handling their business, because they figured if they don't do it, then who is? And my hat goes off to you. But like everything, there's always some that just don't want to do anything. They want to sit around and watch TV all day, and then call you, or call the sperm donor or the father, and cuss him out because he's not paying enough. And that's a rare thing too. So it's kind of like I said, it's a very, very gray area. And the baby, of course, is in the middle because that's the one reason why they're fighting over in the first place. and so on and so on. So they'll grow up liking or loving one parent and wanting to kill the old parent, the other parent, which is so wrong to begin with. My father, for example, he left me and my brothers and sisters for 5 years. Didn't hear from him, didn't talk to him, didn't do anything for 5 years. And one day he showed back up in our lives in 1987, and it was, back to somewhat normal, if so to speak. Now, my mother had some very choice words for my father. He called him everything but a child of God. Called him a bastard, called him an ass, everything. And my mom had 5 kids by this one man. So I don't know exactly how it came about, my mom hating my dad so much, and my dad's not here to defend himself. He's been dead since 98. So, but they did not get along, at least not in the, normal type of thing when it comes to, wife and husband. But they had 5 kids between this stuff. And my mom never called him a sperm donor. She never called him, she actually never called him anything but some bitch and Mac. So it was just like that. But other than that, yeah, it was, but she never named him a sperm donor and your daddy ain't shit and stuff like that. She never did anything like that. If anything, my mom put a foot in our ass if we ever say anything bad about my father, even though he was gone that long. She always said that no matter how long he's been gone or whatever's going on, you have to respect your father. And it stuck. So her feelings toward my dad was not the way that she wanted me to feel about my dad. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they had their arguments, big arguments, and they both hate each other's guts. One had to move all the way across country to get away from another one. And neither one of them had a very nice thing to say when the person's not there. But when it came down to the kids, me and my brothers and sisters, we always had to respect the one parent that wasn't around very much. And my mom embedded that in me and my brothers and my sisters. And yeah, my dad, if you ask any of my brothers and siblings, they'll tell you that my dad was a bastard. Maybe. But he was a dad. And we all had the same father, if you can believe that. So the new people, the new age kids now that have these kids, and they have them by these guys named Pookie and John and little JJ and all them other people. And they have these babies by them. And they get surprised that the man or the boy or teenager, whatever the hell it is that you had this baby by, is acting an ass. Well, yeah, because he wasn't trying to have no babies. Yeah, he's trying to get his groove on. He ain't trying to do all that baby talking, baby, this is my seed, that type of stuff. Ain't nobody trying to hear all that. They ain't trying to do all that. See, younger generation now is about money. Big, huge money. The more money they think they have, the better off they will be. Which is bull, but that's another story. But if you plan on keeping this money that you have, you might want to stay out of little juice spots then. Because if you don't, something is going to go in there. And it's going to come out, and you're going to be paying for it for the rest of your life. Now, there are guys that, don't want to go through the whole child support thing and paying for a baby and stuff like that. And I can understand that a little bit. But for me, I pay child support. I pay child support, and I've been paying for 12 years. And, I haven't been around my daughter very much, and now I probably never will be around her again. And it's, it's a better thing. I mean, it was, I couldn't satisfy my daughter's mother, no matter what I did. When she was about to be born, we went through a lot of stuff together. And, I take blame on my part of what, the parenting thing was. And I'm a first-time parent. So, of course, I'm scared. I was scared out of my ass. But, that's an excuse all men make before they decide to cut and run. But I am, I genuinely love my daughter. I do. Take a bullet for her. If she needed a kidney right now, there's nothing stopping me from giving her mine. I'll put it that way. But I also have this thing that I am not going to run after somebody. I'm not going to beg nobody to, hey, look over here. I've never been that way. And I'm not going to be that way. But as time goes on, hopefully she'll understand one day, or maybe not. I don't know for sure. But when the time comes, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, and hope she knows that. But anybody out there that has who has a kid or kids, and you don't be around them, then you're shorting yourself. Because there's something about having a kid around the house that you could play around with. They play around with you, and hearing your baby call you daddy or mommy or something like that, and just makes you feel good. Makes you want to go out and do better. For them, at least. And calling the other parent a sperm donor and, deadbeat and everything else that you can call them is degrading. And it doesn't help anything because the kid's going to learn all this stuff. And they're going to call this man that they don't respect the same thing that you're calling, and vice versa. So, to all those guys out there that are fighting to see their kids or trying to be around their kids and, trying to do good by them and trying to get along with the other parent between the two, my hat goes off to you. It does. And I, respect, your fighting and everything. And I hope that things land in your favor. I hope things get worked out. Co-parenting is a big thing these days, so I hope that part works out for you. But if not, and you tried, there's nothing harming saying that you didn't try. Because if one person is not going to let it happen, then it's not going to happen. If you try your best and it's just not good enough, then what's the point? There isn't one, I don't think. So, I will, I'll be the whatever I am, evil father or evil deadbeat Darth Vader or whatever the hell it is that I'm being called right now, until I'm not called that. And hopefully it won't ever happen. But, I'm not a very confident person, so when I say that I doubt something, I really do doubt it. So it'll take an act of Congress to make me change my mind. Because even though everybody else sees what's going on, I'm still to blame. So, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing to say is that if you do have a baby or babies between the two parents, try to get along good enough just for the kids, because they're the ones that are important. This is Robert for DKN, heading off. You have a nice night. God bless.